Hello, we're back.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
Ganito talaga to, in no time, nakakat lang basta. So, nakikita nyo sa screen natin?
Yes po.
Okay. So, hindi ito naka-PowerPoint, ha? We are going to talk about now yung basics of medical terminology. Mas ito confusing, magiging confusing sa inyo. So, we will just go forward. We are going to talk about the basics of medical terminology. Ano ba ang kailangan nating pag-aralan regarding dun sa medical terminology? As I said before, dito sa pinag-usapan natin, yung mga basic, the medical terminologies is the language of medicine. So lahat ng pag-uusapan natin is about yung terms, names. Yun yung tinatawag natin na language of medicine. So as a new nursing age student, it is very important to learn medical terminology. So learning medical terminology basics will help you better understand and comprehend the material you read for nursing aid course. Secondly, students will have a deeper understanding of medical terms and you will be able to answer test questions on exam more efficiently. There are so many medical terms that it is impossible to memorize them all. So ang pag-uusapan natin is bakit siya mahirap o impossible to memorize. Kasi doon may mga root words na kailangan nating magdagdag o doon magdagdag sa huli o doon sa umpisa. Medical terms are derived from word parts. The best method of improving your knowledge of medical terminology is to understand how those word parts form the medical terms. So meron tayong mga root word. Meron tayong word part na dinadagdagan natin sa umpisa at saka sa huli. Once you have that basic understanding, you can memorize the parts and be able to understand the meaning of any medical term. The parts that form medical terms include word roots. May apat, ha? Tandaan ninyo, may apat ito. Word roots or the root word. Prefixes, yung before the word. Ina-add natin before the word. Suffixes is doon sa huli, dinadagdag natin. And combining vowels. May O, may A, ganon. Okay? These parts have their origin in Greek and Latin. Below are some information on the different word parts to help you begin to build a foundation for a medical vocabulary. Itong basic terminology na pag-aaralan natin, basic medical terminology na pag-aaralan natin is yung pinaka-importante lang. Napakarami nito, thousands and thousands na mga medical terms. Kaya pagka ito minemorize natin, maluloko tayo, di ba? Maloloka tayo. So we are going to be confused kasi complicated siya. So tatandaan lang natin na meron tayong word form to be able to form a term, a medical name or a medical term. Meron dapat tayo na word part, yung root word. Meron tayong prefix, yung before the word, at suffix after the word, and combining vowels. Ano ba ang vowels? Yung A, E, I, O sa atin yun, di ba? So yun, ikinukombine natin in the middle para siya maging isang buong medical term. An important tool to have is a good medical dictionary. Itong good medical dictionary, we will be the one to establish sa atin, or we will form it for ourselves. Only then, makakapag-found tayo, we will have a good foundation, a solid foundation of a good medical dictionary. So the basics of medical terminology, as I said, we will have a word root, yung root word. The word root is the main body of the word and helps with the fundamental meaning of the word. During the time na you go through with is, binabasa ninyo, how do you find it? Is it complicated? Is it confusing? Confusing ba sa inyo ito or complicated sa inyo during the time na binabasa nyo siya? Kasi iba yung binabasa mo lang, you will not clearly understand fully, not unless somebody is going to explain it very well. Okay? So yung word root is the main body of the word and helps with the fundamental meaning of the word. The word root will usually but not always refer to body systems, organs, anatomy, diagnosis, and medical procedures. A medical term can have more than one root. We will use the example word. Imaginein mo to, kung gaano kahaba ito, esophageogastroduodenoscopy. Imagine how long it is na meron siyang root word na pinagdugtong-dugtong. Yung, if you can see this example is the suffix or escopy. Okay? And the combining vowels O will be covered below. Ito yon. Ito yung example. Kinuha ko ito based doon sa nursing na fundamentals, doon sa basic na terminologies. So how they introduce the word root or the medical terminology for the nurses who are learning, yung mga student nurses or the student nursing aid as like you are. So bakit kanina sinabi nating root word? The root word itself is esophagus, yung esopag, okay, refers to the esophagus. Ngayon, nagdagdag pa tayo ng another na root word niya na gastric, gastro. It refers to the stomach. So, isipin ninyo, yung mga medical term, hindi natin sinasabi na stomach, okay? It's gastro, gastric. Yung duodenum refers to the duodenum. Ano ba yun? Yung dun sa in between ng intestine at saka dun sa stomach natin, if you will, yung structure ng digestive. And yung escopy refers to a test. Yun yung escopy. So kaya bumuo tayo nito, yung combining niya is yung O. Diba? So, esophago, gastro, okay, duodenoscopy. So, see here? So, kinumbine natin yung mga root words and with the combining vowel. Ang combining vowel dito is the O. Okay, so you have seen now, na-understand natin na ganun ang gumagawa ng medical term. So it's starting from the word root. Understand? Secondly is prefixes. We talk about prefixes as placed before the word root. So to modify or vary the meaning. So you will find that when the prefix is written detached, it is commonly followed by a hyphen. Okay, the prefix hyper means excessive or higher than normal. In the example below, the prefix hypo means below or lower than the normal. The word root, volemia, means volume of plasma in the blood, in the body, or the condition of the volume of the plasma in the body. So let's do the exercise here. Prefixes. So as sinabi natin, prefix is yung before. Adding letters or word before the word itself, before the root word. So, kagaya nito, hyperbulimia. Hyper, they added the prefix hyper. Yun yung mataas na sinabi natin. It is over, above the normal. So, bulimia is the volume of the plasma. So, hyper means yung increase or the higher level of the plasma in the body. Ang prefix naman for hypobulimia, ang prefix niya is hypo, yung lower down. As we said, yung lesser. Lesser volume of bulimia is a volume. So volume of the plasma, lesser volume of the plasma. So it is called in a medical term as hypobulimia. Okay? So going forward, we have the suffixes. Suffix is placed at the end of every word root or word part to modify or vary the meaning. Suffixes can indicate a condition, disease, or a procedure. When a suffix is written detached, it is preceded by a hyphen. This indicates that another word part precedes. So may kasunod. In the example below, the suffix itis. Itis means inflammation. So lahat ng maririnig nyo na itis, merong inflammation. Yung may pamamaga, merong pamumula, yun ay inflammation. Okay? So like for example, itong example natin, so in the example below, the suffix itis means inflammation. And the suffix escopy means observation, visualization, or examination. The word root gastro pertains to stomach. Okay, so go for this. Example is the root is gastro. Okay, gastro, gastric. Yun yung pinaka-root word natin. So nagdagdag tayo ng itis, yung suffix natin is itis. There is an inflammation within the stomach. So it is called, the medical term is gastritis. Itis is inflammation. Okay? There is infection or there is inflammation. Itis. Okay, gastritis, sinusitis.
Gastritis.
Okay, so lahat ng may itis, yun may inflammation. And doing so, gastritis is the inflammation of the lining of the stomach. Kaya gastric, yung root, and the suffix is itis, gastritis. Sinus, sinusitis. Okay? Meningi, yun dun sa brain, meningitis. Yun, lahat ng itis is the inflammation. May infection. Denotes infection also. Yung gastro, when we are combining with the bowel, so yung ating root is gastro, gast. So we put additional of the bowel in the middle plus the suffix of examination. It means to say escopy. So gastroscopy. So anything na meron tayong observation, visualization, ginagamitan natin ng laparoscope, means to say laparoscopic gastroscopy. Yun. Kung dito naman sa atin ano pa yung may mga gastroscopy, laparoscopy. So yung mga tinitignan natin, ginagamitan natin ng instrument called laparoscope, yun yung visualization, oscopy. Okay, fine. So gastroscopy is the observation or visualization of the interior of the stomach. So the combining vowel. So we said meron tayong to form a medical word or a medical terminology, we have 4 words. Yung word root, yung prefix, yung suffix, and the combining vowel. The combining vowel is usually an O, which is often inserted between word roots to make a word easier to pronounce. Combining vowel usually connects one word root to another word root and also connects a word root to a suffix. The combining vowel does not modify or vary the meaning. When a word root is written with a combining vowel, a forward slash is used. Example, esophago, O, there is O, oscopy. Okay, the gastro, O, gastroscopy. And duodeno with the combining vowel O, that is duodenoscopy. So, if we are going to say these words, these medical terms without the O, how will it sound? Okay, so isopag, gastro. Do you think it is good to hear? So hindi pwedeng, hindi magandang pakinggan at hindi mo mas lalong maiintindihan. So kaya sila, dun sa medical terminology, they put this standard combining vowel of O. Doon sa a, e, i, o nating vowel, mostly it is O. Idinudugtong natin yung dalawang words from the root and the suffix. Okay. So here, these are the examples again of those combining vowel. So kagaya nung esophagostomy, just hold on, excuse me. Ma'am, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Aha. Okay. So bakit ma'am sa kanila lang dalawa? So, yun na. Oo, ma'am. Kasi kung, yes ma'am, kung yung isa lang ay hindi nakakarinig or dalawa, ibig sabihin from their side, ma'am, bakit naririnig nila share?
For me, okay na po.
Okay na? So that means to say from their side. Sige ma'am, thank you po. Thank you po. Sorry for that. So alin yung na-miss ninyo? Bakit yung hindi nakakarinig? Means to say, hindi narinig nung iba. So hindi naman siguro sa akin yung fault, yung walang sound.
Yes. Earlier, wala pong sound, pero ngayon okay na kasi nagre-login po ako sa meeting.
Yun. Oo. So yun siguro merong may anong tawag dito? Technicality.
Nag-alert po kasi.
Kasi, yung alert.
Oo.
Nawala yung sound.
Nadinig ko na ho yung boses nyo. Wala akong madinig kanina.
Talaga? Oo.
So, wala na-cut off.
Na-cut off. So, saan tayo naghinto na hindi nyo narinig? Hindi nyo narinig yung pinag-uusapan natin?
Doon po sa root and suffix, yung gastritis, gastroscopy.
Yes, little lang po doon.
Sa may suffix.
Yes po, little lang po dyan.
Ayan po dyan.
Okay, so we'll start with
Thank
suffixes.
You.
Okay?
Sige.
So
Okay.
clear
Thank you
now?
po.
Narinig?
Thank you.
Yes
Okay.
po.
The suffix, ito yung sinasabi natin, is placed at the end of the word root or word part to modify or vary the meaning. Suffixes can indicate a condition, disease, or a procedure. When a suffix is written detached, it is preceded by a hyphen that indicates the other word part precedes it. May kasunod yun pag may hyphen. In the example below, the suffix itis means inflammation. So as I said, lahat ng may mga itis, yung mga medical terminologies, when you find itis, merong inflammation. Okay? So there is infection, there is inflammation. Itis. So the suffix is escopy means observation, visualization, or examination. And the word root gastri, okay, gastri pertains to the stomach. So let's get into the example here, how to put this suffix. We have a root word of gastri, and we will add the suffix of itis. So when combining these two words, it will be gastritis. Okay, so gastritis is the inflammation of the lining of the stomach. So yun namang gastro, the root word or the word root dito is gastro, gastria. Okay, and there is a combining vowel in the middle and plus the suffix, it is called gastroscopy. It is the observation and or visualization of the interiors of the stomach. So as I said, lahat ng may mga itis as suffix, it pertains to inflammation. Gastritis, sinusitis, bronchitis. Okay, so all those with a root word and a suffix of itis. So tatandaan nyo yun, basta itis, inflammation yun. Okay, so hindi na kayo maliligaw. Basta nakakita kayo ngayon na o sinabihan kayo ng doktor na may gastritis siya may sinusitis siya So you know it already by the word itself. Kung medical term niya, you will know it already kung ano ang ibig sabihin. Kahit na hindi nyo pa na-describe kung what is the meaning of, so you know exactly na ito ay pertaining sa infection or inflammation of the stomach. Yung gastroscopy is combining vowel in the middle. The root word is gastro, O, let's put an O in the middle, and escopy. So it will read as gastroscopy. Okay, gastroscopy is the observation or visualization of the interior of the stomach. Okay, so combining vowel. The combining vowel is usually an O. As I said, it is an O. Kung wala ito, hindi natin siya mababasa in a term which is going to be well-defined. So, O, combining vowel is usually an O which is often inserted between word roots to make a word easier to pronounce. Combining vowel usually connects one word root to another word root and also connects a word root to a suffix. The combining vowel does not modify or vary the meaning. When a word root is written with a combining vowel, a forward slash is used. Example, as I said before, isopag. What is isopag? Yung ating esophagus dito, yung pinagdadaanan ng pagkain is called esophagus. So the root word is esopag. You combine with the vowel O and plus yung suffix nating escopy. So it will read as esophagus, esophagoscopy, gastreoscopy, duodenoscopy. So pag sinama-sama natin lahat ito, it will read as esophago-gastro-duodenoscopy. Imagine that. So, yan ay minemorize mo, maluluka ka. So, kailangan talaga na hihimayin mo yon from the word root to the, alamin mo kung saan mo ipapasok yung prefix at saka yung vowel and the suffix. So, yun yung medical terminologies natin. So, mabubuo mo yung medical term in combining all of this. So, it will read as a medical name, a term for a medical. Okay? So, doon natin nakikita yung ating mga basic terminologies. Okay? So, if you are trying to say the word without O, ano ang kalalabasan nito? Isopag, gastri, doode. Okay? So, wala kang mafo-form na term. There is no name or kahit na a defined meaning, hindi mo siya mabubuo. So, without yon, tandaan natin, in the basic of terminology is putting all this together. So, meron tayong a word root, meron tayong prefix before, starting is placed before the word, and yung suffix is at the end of every word root, and the combining vowel, which is O, to combine and to make it a readable, understandable term. So, combining vowel, ito yung mga example na pinag-uusapan natin kanina. The esophagus, yun yung root word, may O sa gitna, gastro O, duodeno O, and yung huli is scope. So, if you will read it again, esophagus, gastro O, duodenoscopy. O, di ba? Tongue twister. So yung at first, maguguluhan ka. Pare-recite sa'yo ng professor mo sa nursing. Can you recite it? Sabi niya sa'yo. So, nagtatayo ka pa parang yes, i-recite mo. Parang ayokong tumayo kasi baka hindi ko ma-pronounce. Okay? So it is new to us, yung term na mga ganito. So it will be difficult at first, not unless we will put with this yung ating pagko-construct ng basic of this medical term. We will form a medical name. Abbreviations. Abbreviations take the place of words to shorten notes or documentation. Ito yung nag-a-abbreviate tayo. Gastro. Yes. What is gastro? Gastro relates to the stomach. Okay? So, yung pneumonia. Pneumonia pertains to the infection, pneumonitis. Pneumonia, sasabihin ng doktor, oh yeah, there is a pneumonia, pneumonitis. Ganon. Meron siyang, ina-abbreviate nila to shorten notes or documentation. When you are using abbreviations to patient care reports, remember to use only standard, acceptable abbreviations to avoid confusion and errors. We will come to yung in the process ng pag-aralan natin yung mga abbreviations in the next, okay? Marami tayong medical terms na maraming abbreviations. Yung abbreviation lang, maluloka ka kasi napakarami siya at kailangan yun ay memorizein. It's not like yung ating medical terms na mga gastroscopy, hindi natin masyadong minememorize. Pero yung abbreviation, halimbawa PO. The PO means per orem. Yun, abbreviation is PO. Yes. By mouth. Ibig sabihin by mouth. Okay, so per orem siya, PO. BD is twice a day. BD. So where in the world na may BD is twice a day? So dito lang sa mga medical term, meron silang standard. So we have to follow the standard in using our abbreviations. To avoid confusion and errors, list commonly used abbreviations. Yung mga daily nating gagamitin, yung most common, yung parating ginagamit sa ating when we come into our workplaces, yun yung minememorize natin by heart. Kasi yun yung parating pinag-uusapan. So, hindi mawawala kahit na saan, andun siya parati. So, kailangan natin siyang by heart, i-memorize, kasi we need it para maintindihan natin yung trabaho natin. The list is intended to help you decipher documentations written by other healthcare professionals. Decipher means understanding. Okay, yung kailangan natin ng comprehensive understanding, yung mga sinusulat natin and by the other healthcare professionals. Meron tayong common language na pinag-uusapan. So before using any abbreviations in your own reports, you should be familiar with accepted use of abbreviations in your local jurisdiction or service area. When it comes to the medical records documentation, we have the approved list of abbreviations. Marami to. So, kung iisa-isahin natin ay hindi tayo matatapos for 3 hours. Marami siya. So, yun yung mga abbreviations na by heart, it is yung acceptable list of and approved list of abbreviations. So ito rin is standard. Hindi mo siya pwedeng tanggalin yung A o tanggalin yung P. So yun yung abbreviation. So pagka ikaw nagsulat nun without the A or without the B, so you are wrong. Yung spelling mo pa lang is wrong. So we go with the helpful tips. When you evaluate a medical term, begin at the end of the word with the suffix. Okay? So tandaan natin, by the end of the word, it is placed yung word natin, suffix ang tawag. So learn the individual parts of the medical term instead of trying to learn individual words. So parts of the medical term, yun yung ating root word. Most every medical term has a suffix. So suffix at the end of a term or a medical name. Remember that the word roots gives the fundamental meaning of the word. Without the word root, you cannot build or you cannot form a medical term. Kailangan talaga yung word root. Okay? So the combining vowel doesn't have a meaning, but it is used to connect more than one word root or a word root and a suffix. So hindi natin pwedeng baliwalain yung combining vowel natin na O. Kasi without it, hindi natin mapo-form yun. As we said, kung we will omit the O, hindi mo siya mabubuo yung term na yon. And a prefix is in the front, a suffix is at the end, and combining vowel is in the middle. So ito yung mga helpful tips natin na dapat nating importante sa atin na tatandaan natin. Okay? So again, we'll go back informing the medical terms. So we will have 1, word root. Number 2 is prefix. Number 3 is suffix. And number 4 is the combining vowel. Abbreviations, we have to remember na sure doon sa ating mga letters. Okay? In an abbreviation, letters ang importante dito to make up an abbreviation. Kagaya nung sinabi ko, OD is once a day. Okay? So, andun yon mga OD. So, we will go through, magbibigay tayo ng mga pag-aaralan natin yung mga list of approved and accepted abbreviations. Standard ito. Around the world, as tinatanong ni Emilio kanina, yes, you will use this as a standard. Hindi ka nandito sa UAE, ito lang yung abbreviations. No. So when you go farther sa ibang bansa, it will be the same. Iisa lang yung ating standard. So abbreviation is abbreviation. Hindi mo dapat papalitan. Okay? So meron tayong word root. Again, word root is the body of the word itself. Tapos meron tayong prefix. Prefix, pre, before. Yung suffix is at the end. And combining vowel, what is the combining vowel? O. Usually, it is O. So without this, hindi natin mabubuo yung medical terminology natin. So hindi tayo makaka-form ng medical terminology. Okay? So ngayon, tawag dito, balikan natin uli. Meron ba tayong dapat balikan? Maaga yata tayo dun sa oras natin ngayon. Na-cover natin lahat. Yung ating anatomy, physiology, and the basic terminology.
Yes po.
Okay? So, any clarifications? Anything you want to further explain? Meron kayong explanation? Is it well explained? Understood? So, as much as na makakaya kong explain sa inyo, for I know na bago kayo dun sa mga words na ito, it is complicated, it is confusing, at saka kung minsan hindi understandable na maigi. Okay, so brainstorming. Ano ang pag-uusapan natin tungkol dito sa ating lesson for today? You want to make it more deeper na understanding? Or you want to have the explanation, more on explanation?
Maybe examples po dun sa mga ang tawag dito?
Abbreviations?
Yes po. Ano sa
Okay.
abbreviations?
I will be sending you, I will be sharing you list of abbreviations, okay? Go through with it. At kagaya nga nung nasabi ko, the most common, yung mga binibigay natin pagka nagbibigay tayo ng gamot.
Medicines,
Once
yes.
a day, OD, pero the OD itself, OS, left eye. May mga
Yes.
ganong abbreviation.
Kasi most of the time po sa notes kasi ng doctors, abbreviations ang gamit.
Yun na nga eh. At magaling pa ang doktor. Napakaakala niya, manghuhula ka.
Yes po.
Ni-scribble nila para hindi natin maintindihan, magkamali tayo. Yun lang yung pinaka-point nila. Walang doktor na makikita ka na malinaw sumulat.
Yes.
Totoo.
Manghula ka. Okay?
Okay.
Naumpisahan yung first, yung word root nung sinusulat niya, hindi mo siya makukuha. So talagang yung letter A niya, pahahabain niyang ganun, hindi mo siya nakitang A pala yun. So mami-miss out mo siya. So kailangan talaga very attentive ka doon sa mga sinusulat. At dito nagkakaroon tayo ng mga legalities. Nagkakamali tayo. So yung comprehension natin, yung reading na skills natin ay nawawala kung minsan. Kasi talagang ginagawa nila yon by intention. Ayaw niya maintindihan mo para magkamali ka. Yun lang yun. So, i-share ko sa inyo yon. May list ako dito. Actually, hindi ko alam kung ma-share ko eh. Okay? So anyway, I'll be sending it to you. List yun, mga common. Common means to say, napakaraming common.
Yes, usually terms.
Mga common. Sabi nga nila, yung OD, once a day, BD,
Twice a day.
Twice a day yung BD. Okay? Ano ang
3 times.
Okay? Sa twice a day. TID for thrice a day, 3 times a day. Ganon. So, marami tayong kailangan maintindihan.